is the heart of the Frankfurt Galaxy. The European League of Football awarded him the Offensive Player of the Year. His performance was key to winning the Championship 2021. It's time to meet the Galaxy's star player, Jakeb Sullivan, quarterback for the Frankfurt Galaxy. Finding his passion for football was made easy for Jakeb. The love for the sport lies in the family.
Football being my greatest passion, it starts with my dad, before anyone else. He started the football program at St. Thomas More High School. It's a small private Catholic high school in Rapid City, South Dakota. He was looking for jobs right out of college. He played baseball in college, actually. He was a geometry teacher, so a little math teacher. Got his master's while still teaching, and then became the principal at St. Thomas More. Started the football program, had me, and then everything kind of just meshed together at that point because he'd come home from work and he'd be throwing the football with me, over and over again. See how far I could throw it even. I would try to throw it over his head. I couldn't do it till I was about 18, so just kidding, that was a joke. No, and then he'd come home every day from work and throw the football with me, and then when he'd go to practice, guess who would be there right with him? Me every time. I'd mostly mess around at practice, but I still was around the game a lot. And I think just from that moment, being around the guys, just the spirit of football, the team, the family mentality, really solidified in my brain that this was something I wanted to do. As I got older, I ended up being decent at it and good enough to play it and love it and create a passion. And then from there, it was, my younger brothers now play, and it's just been Sullivan family atmosphere, just football and sports in general.
We all know Jakeb as the successful pro he is today. He showed promise early on and made his decision to start a career.
I guess in college would be, the best indicator of when I knew I was good enough to play. From a younger age though, I remember at recess at school, it would be, myself and like 4 of my friends versus I think the rest of the kids in our class. And, from there it was just, we'd tackle each other in the dirt and the rocks, and you'd get up and you'd want to get scraped. You'd hope to get tackled back in those days. Now I don't. No, it was just, I think just growing up with my friends, playing it every day, and then taking it into college, and then having success in college. And then more than anything, like you said, a passion. It's one thing to be good at something, but another thing to really, really enjoy it. And I think just growing up around it my whole life is, now enjoy it, playing it, and then just at this age of my life, it's something that I'm doing, every day, so.
Being a pro changes how you look at the game. Jakeb has his own mindset, his own way of facing challenges.
A very next play mentality type mindset. Football is such a mental game, and there's so many different things going on at one time that you can't control everything. So sometimes things are gonna not work out the way you'd like them to just because there's 21 other guys in the field with you at the same time. So for me, it's if I can focus on the next play and not worry about what happened in the past, whether it be an 80-yard touchdown, whether it be, second interception on the second, whatever it may be, next play, okay? I know I'm capable enough to play. I'm out here for a reason. Next play mentality. And for me, that's the simplest way to play this game, because then you can never be 2 up or 2 down. You can never be looking too far ahead because it's always next play. What do I need to do on this play to be the most successful? And that's I think that's the best mindset for a football player.
Realizing what qualities and skills your position demands is crucial. Jakeb knows what a good quarterback has to do to fulfill his role.
First things first is knowing where everyone is, knowing the ins and outs of the offense. I think that's very important. And then just in general of playing quarterback, taking care of the football is so important. Making sure your guys are on the same page, making sure with the same page, the same play, the same blocking scheme, making sure the call's getting in. There's so many things to worry about, but for me, it's making sure that the 11 guys on the field, A, know they're good enough to be out there, okay? B, are playing together, and C, that we're just having fun. There's no stress, there's no added pressure, there's no anything. Like I said, we all know how to play. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna do it as passionately and tenaciously as we can, and usually that works out pretty well.
Even the best players make mistakes, especially when they just start their careers. Jakeb can think back to the things he did wrong before and how he improved.
As a young quarterback who has some athleticism, the biggest thing to learn and to grow from is to be smart. You don't need to put your body on the line all the time. Like I said, let your playmakers make plays. My first couple years in college, I thought I had to carry the ball every time, throw it on the run, extend plays. And in the end, I go back and watch the film and it just hurts. It just hurts the team more than anything. Yeah, so for me, for now, passing on any type of knowledge, it would be play smart, play with your teammates, let the guys work around you and work for you, and just trust your teammates, because if you don't have that, then you don't have anything.
The important thing is to keep growing. Learn from your mistakes and improve yourself every day. There is always something new to experience.
I think every year I learned something new at the quarterback position. And then coming into this season, it was take care of my job. On this Galaxy roster, we have a lot of good players, and that's well known. So for me, I don't have to do everything. I think in the past, in Marburg, we had a great roster, but it called for me to maybe throw it 50 times, maybe run it 20 times, doing a lot more with football. But here it's just let the plays come, be simple, be efficient. You have so many playmakers, give them the ball in space, let them make a play, and live to see another day, and don't try to force things. If something's not there, throw it away, live to see another day. Get the ball to next play, get the ball to Anthony, to Lawrence, to whoever it may be, and let them make a play. And like I said, I'm very happy with the guys we have.
The European League of Football recruited many talented players for their first season. Jakeb is one of the pros the league was happy to import. The opportunity came at just the right time for him.
Well, I was in Marburg in 2019. ELF wasn't around yet. And then I was in Vienna in 2020. And then with COVID, I went back home last year during the winter time. And during that time, Coach K had actually hit me up, given me a couple calls, and we had talked. And at that point in my life, not playing in 2020, I was unsure if football was still the path for me. I had my engineering degree, so I was kind of ready to work. And then Coach K called me and presented me with this opportunity to come to Frankfurt and be a part of this, the ELF, be a part of the Frankfurt Galaxy. And he started naming off some of the guys on the team, the roster, and at that point it was kind of hard for me to say no. And everything just lined up the way it was supposed to, and here I am. So
every player on a team is a piece that completes the puzzle. Fulfilling your role is not just a question of physical or tactical skill.
Yeah, I mean, as a quarterback and as the leader of the football team, for me, it's I just want to be nice to everyone, and I don't really know if I have an exact role outside of the team for football, but I just want to be, on good terms with guys, be friends with everyone. I mean, gosh, as simple as it may be, just treat people the way I'd like to be treated, and I want to make sure that guys are doing the things off the field that we need to be focusing on in order to have success on the field too. So, I mean, gosh, yeah, just treat other people with respect and, be as nice as you can, and hopefully they return that as well.
It takes more than talent to make a great team. The Galaxy players share a special bond.
One word, family. Like it's not hard for me to say that, and Coach K had talked about that. A selling factor for me to come in is, hey, this is a family environment. I think you're really going to thrive here because, I'm the oldest of 5 kids, so I've really been in a big family environment my whole life, and yeah, it's not hard to see. It didn't take me very long to figure it out. The Frankfurt Galaxy is a big family in itself, and I'm very happy to be part of it.
Having players be on good terms with each other can be very important. Avoiding conflict and keeping morale high improves the performance. Sullivan values the friendship he has with his teammates.
I think it's the most important thing, it's hard for me, it'd be really hard to throw a football to a guy who I don't get along with off the field. And I don't take, personal relationships into the game, anything like that. But luckily for me, I have such great relationships with all the guys on offense and defense, because at the end of the day, you just want to see your guys succeed. And, for me, I love watching the defense play. when I come off the field after an offensive drive, we talk for as quickly as we can, and then for me, I want to watch the defense because, they play obviously such a big part in this game too, and I'll never play defense. I won't really know what that's about, and I love watching our defense more than anything because we have 11 guys out there who are so tenacious and so passionate. I love this whole team, and I love the dynamic of carrying the relationship from off the field to on the field when it's a good relationship, because there's nothing more special than that, and you can see it with guys, and I have such good chemistry with my guys. I'm just blessed to be in that position.
While staying in shape is the obvious thing to do for a pro, keeping oneself motivated is equally important. Sullivan has found his own strategy.
I think back to the moments where I had great games and I never had a bad moment. And then I think, okay, so now I have something, but I've had those good games before, so what do I need to do to overcome this? What next step needs to be done? Is it a little positive self-talk? Do I need to work on something? Do I need to talk to a coach? It's for me, it's finding ways to succeed and finding ways to dig yourself out of that hole. Because once you're in that hole, that negative mentality, it's hard to get out. But a good thing to do is to utilize your teammates, their tools, and you might be down, but some guys might be positive. Find a way, speak to guys, let them know how you're feeling, and above anything else, stay positive. Don't let yourself get into that hole.
Jakeb enriches the league not only with his plays, but also his personality.
I think for myself, how I want to carry myself, the best way to describe it is to be a competitor. To be someone who never shies away. Whether we're up by 50 or down by 50, you're not going to see a different face. Whether I throw a touchdown or an interception, I'm going to keep the same competitive nature, the same next play. I try to play without letting things bother me. It's hard sometimes. We're human beings. But, like I said, poised, calm, cool, and collected. That's how I like to play.
Game day is always a highlight for a pro player. Here is where the hard work can finally pay off.
So just in general about game days, I love the atmosphere of the fans. Especially, I'm very biased for PSD. At home, all of our Galaxy home games, the organization, the fans, everyone comes together and does such a great job, starting with the power party, then going to the autograph signing, then going into the fans coming into the stadium, coming into the announcements when the guys are called, and just to the kickoff. It's just that whole process up to that. It's awesome. And then after the game, getting to meet all the fans again, it's really surreal. It is surreal for me because you see all these people who are amazed at what I just love to do. What Lawrence, what Josh, what all these guys just love to do on Sundays. We're good at it and it's fun. And then people are there watching us. There's nothing better. There's no better feeling.
A real pro is not only a player, but also a fan himself. Jakeb has, of course, a few role models to name.
Growing up, I really, really looked up to Michael Vick growing up, just his play style and everything. And then now, as I've gotten older, I've really modeled my game after Russell Wilson. I think he's just a tremendous leader. I love him off the field as well. I think he does so many good things. And then on the field, he's in control the whole game. And I like to try to play as poised as I can. I try not to get too up or down. If we make a good play, I have some energy, but I just want to be in command of the game, in command of my own mental, my own everything else, and then just play really poised.
Jakeb has made and seen many amazing plays during his career. Some performances have really impressed him.
There's been very few moments where I've said, wow, I will never be able to do something like that. And that's what really amazes me, So in college, my senior season, my running back rushed for 425 yards in one game, okay? Set an NCAA record. It was one of the most amazing, single game accomplishments I had ever seen. It was fun because I handed him the ball and I got to watch him run 40 times. It was amazing. The second one in my life, coming now full circle this season, and one of my favorite plays, which I will never forget, and he's sitting over here right now, is Lawrence Regler, the Randy Moss touchdown in Barcelona. When I saw that happen live, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't speak. Even when I went up to him after the play, I didn't know what to say to him. It was just one of those plays, one of those moments where I was truly, amazed. And that was this season, so that was for me my favorite play.
A passionate player doesn't just play for himself. he also wants to impress the important people in his life.
My father and my mother, but my father for so many different reasons. He raised me. He taught me everything that I stand for, everything that I believe in. I mean, at the very basis of who I am, my father taught me that when in doubt, work harder. And it's never a bad thing to work too hard or be too kind to people. It's always kindness and working hard. That's what I was preached at growing up. And another big one that I try to follow is wherever I go in life, leave it better than I found it. And that could be as simple as sitting at a table for lunch, cleaning it up, making sure I don't leave a mess. It could be spending 5-10 years in an organization, creating it and making it better than when I found it. It could mean so many different things. And that's one of the main messages that my father told me from a young age that's really stuck with me forever. Growing up, it was this big family atmosphere in my house, and now being away from him, I miss the shit out of him. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have cussed. I miss the heck out of my family. But it's so cool being able to see them back doing their thing. Jed, John Paul, Skylar, Savannah, everyone growing up so fast. And I just want to be a good role model for them. That's all I want to be. I don't think life needs to be too complex at times. So for me, in the simplest way, it's finding happiness and finding a way to live for my siblings and my whole family, show them the way as much as I can, and maybe win a championship on the way. I miss them a lot, and I think they miss me too. I think I can get annoying a little bit sometimes, but hey, we all can. But no, I miss the heck out of them, and I can't wait to see them.
Jakeb's hard work has paid off. He can look back at an amazing season.
So happy with every single mistake, award, whatever it may be that has led me to this point, to me sitting in this chair right now. I wouldn't want to take anything away.
It's been a pleasure to see Jakeb play in the first season of the European League of Football. We can't wait to see how he will continue to grow as a player.